I know counties are concerned with the cost of inter-county teams. So are we in Croke Park. It's questionable whether what we're spending at the moment is sustainable. The figure that the generally agreed figure is that we're spending €23 million per year across the country. It's not a question, is it sustainable? Is it the right thing to do? Should we be spending that kind of money? And we need to ask questions of ourselves. Do we need all the competitions we have? Do we need the season to be as long as it is? Are we really serious about trying to control expenses? Who's to blame? Is it the county committees who are too soft on team managers, or is it just too easy to say, well, it's the manager, we can't never refuse the manager? And I'll just make this point, and I said I accept Sean's point, and we look at that. But I think that the important thing here is, when team managers are being appointed, number one, the county committee has a responsibility to make it clear, number one, to what the costs of the team will be. How many people will be on the backroom teams? What kind of cost is that going to entail? What fees are we going to pay to professional people? How many weekends away can we afford, if any? Are we going to have holidays at the end of the year? We need to simply cut our cloth, and in many places we're not doing that. Now, sometimes it's easy to blame sometimes the GPA or the team managers, but sometimes we need to look at ourselves first and say, no, we are the people in control of the counties, and we have to set the standards. And some people do try to do it in some counties, and sometimes it gets them into difficulties. So it is very, very challenging. I do take Sean's particular point, but it's a much wider issue than that. What we're spending in relation to our inter-county teams and inter-county competition. And as I said, it's an issue we cannot run away from. Somebody suggested to me yesterday, and this is often said, why don't we put a cap on what teams can spend? I did an interview yesterday with journalists, and it was a valid point to raise. Could we cap the expenditure? Could we say the county boards can only spend so much per year on the teams? We could do it. We could set a cap. Could we demand audited accounts? We could do all those things, but I still fear people would find ways to get around it. We have to really want to do it ourselves and say, we can't afford to spend €23 million per year as an organisation. We have to spend an awful lot less, but the challenge for each of us starts with our own counties.